Hi, my name is Bill Bright. I'm a Superior Court judge in Connecticut and chair of the Judicial Branch's Pro Bono Committee. We all know that there is a right to legal counsel in criminal matters, but with few exceptions, there is no right to legal counsel in civil cases. Yet low-income people facing legal problems are typically in crisis and need access to the justice system to avoid becoming homeless, to escape domestic violence, or to get paid the wages or disability benefits they need simply to survive.
There's always going to be people struggling. There's always going to be people being ill. There's always going to be people running into circumstances that they don't have control of.
For anyone to become a lawyer is really a tremendous gift. A gift that actually brings obligations with it. And that obligation is to make sure that the justice system, criminal and civil, works.
That obligation is spelled out in Rule 6.1 of the Rules of Professional Conduct.
What Rule 6.1 does is put into writing the obligation of attorneys who practice in the state of Connecticut to take on pro bono representation.
Around 80% of all family cases involve at least one unrepresented party, and almost every tenant facing eviction in housing court is unrepresented. Self-represented parties do not understand how to access and navigate the system, let alone how to get a just result. And the absence of attorneys on one or both sides of a case bogs down the system not just for the parties in that particular case, but for all other attorneys and litigants who need access to our court system. Our justice system only works for all of us when it works for the most vulnerable members of our society.
I think ultimately that folks who are engaged in pro bono work will tell you that some of the most rewarding work they've done in their entire legal career is because they accepted a pro bono case.
You know, you become a lawyer for a lot of reasons. One of it's, I think, everyone's innate desire to help people, and to know that you're able to help someone at that level, it is really something I don't think you can get from a paying client.
When I was in private practice, the pro bono cases and the pro bono work I did is the work that I remember the most. It's the most personally satisfying work. It's good for the soul, frankly.
It would be impossible for legal aid to take on every case that comes in. There is a large mass of individuals who need services.
The need is so much greater than the resources available at this point. Funding has been cut, a lot of staff has been let go, but at the same time, the call for legal services has increased.
I've been involved in pro bono work from when I was a baby lawyer. I started at a big law firm, and that big law firm felt that it was important from the outset for each of us to meet our commitment or our obligation as lawyers to give back to the community and give back to the profession.
There's so many people out there that are stuck in situations where they have nowhere to go.
They're often extremely stressed financially as well as emotionally, psychologically, and sometimes physically as well.
These are folks who come to court and they're often misinformed about what their rights are.
And they're fearful about what's happening to them. They're fearful about their family, about their children, and about their future.
They don't know the steps, they're scared. Paperwork gets them very frustrated. They cry a lot of times, some of them they cry.
And the first time I sat with a pro bono attorney was with my son, and I think he seemed to take a special interest in the fact that, you know, a child wasn't getting the care that he needed. I walked into the meeting with these people that were deciding my son's fate. And the first question someone asked me was, just what do you want, Mr. Zeminski, for your son? And I told them, and we got it.
The whole 5 years was not what you call an easy marriage. He ended up hitting me, and my son was there, he was screaming. He'll try to be the mediator. He's 6 years old, you know? He shouldn't be doing that, but he will try. So that was not a good environment for him.
I got a very good attorney who was able to help me get through the situation, and now I am I'm much better off. If I had not found a lawyer at the most critical juncture of my life who helped me get legal justice, I wouldn't be sitting here and talking to you. And I'm very thankful to both my attorneys who stood by me and helped me through the situation that was one of the toughest period of my life.
Like, I was like lucky to get help, but I can think of all the other people who are in my situation. You just have to stay where you are. You know, keep on getting the beatings, because, you know, if you don't have family to go to, you will stay there and hope and pray that they will change.
For attorneys who are thinking about taking pro bono cases, I would say it's also a really excellent opportunity to hone some skills you might not have in your own practice and you might not get a chance to acquire. So for example, if your practice is mostly transactional, but you've always wanted to see the inside of a courtroom, taking a pro bono case would give you an opportunity to do that.
There are many volunteers who've never actually been inside a courtroom. You don't really need to be a practicing litigator to help people with their litigation problems.
I had a sense of fear about taking on a pro bono case where someone's livelihood or issues were in my hands. So we did receive training, and it gives you all of the information with respect to the law, with respect to the conversations that you have with the individual clients that come in.
It can teach you, for example, how to manage a foreclosure matter, or how to manage a landlord-tenant matter, or how to manage a divorce matter. You'll get support from other people to help you learn how to do that, and you might be able to make a difference in someone's life with a commitment of, 5 hours.
Anybody who comes into the justice system, regardless of their income, is going to be on a even playing field with whoever else is involved in the case.
We have this system of justice, civil and criminal, that is so overwhelmed right now that if we don't have people who are willing to do pro bono work, this system will come to a crashing halt. And we can't allow that to happen. The system must be maintained. It must work for everyone.
Over the last few years, the judicial branch has worked closely with legal aid providers to eliminate the barriers that may have discouraged attorneys from providing pro bono services in the past. Training, support, and malpractice coverage are all now readily available, as is the ability to file a limited scope appearance for someone in need. And all of the information about all of the opportunities available can be found in one convenient location. Simply go to ctprobono.org and find the opportunity to help that is right for you.